This is Josh and welcome to Porfection, where we will try to help you determine whether a Porsche is your perfect car. So today I have kind of an interesting segment for you, centered around my first visit to the Brainerd International Raceway in Minnesota. I took my 2013 Porsche 911 4S, and through the Porsche Club of America they offered a two-day driving educational type event. It was great in that you have a full-time instructor with you in the car. That helped more than you know. On several turns, on many occasions, my instructor would tell me, more brake, more brake, more brake. Each time a bit more emphatically, and without that, I don't know if my competitive nature may have taken over a little bit, and you know, I might have gone off the other side. But I wanted to kind of provide you guys a bit of feedback on how the car handled, what I learned, and then a bit about the track itself. If you're not into Porsches or any of the cars that I review, but you just kind of want a little bit of the layout of the track from an amateur perspective, I hope these videos will be helpful to you in that. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first video is me driving my car on the track with the instructor kind of giving me some feedback and so forth. So this is the second day. I've done some laps. My time is a little over 2 minutes, but you'll see, and I'll talk briefly. This goes really fast, so I may have to speed up a little bit, but you'll see where I lose some valuable time that could have easily added to those or taken away from some of those seconds. But anyway, let's give it a shot and just get this thing rolling. We'll kind of go through turn by turn and let you guys kind of see what I'm doing. So here we go. We'll start this video. This is coming off of the primary straight, which is 4,700 feet. And so you're coming off of this at roughly 150 miles an hour into turn one, and that's where we'll start the video. So we'll start that now. Again, I'm around 150 miles an hour. You take this 60-degree turn. There is some bank, so good drivers can take it almost at speed or at speed. That's not me. I'm on the brakes a little bit, but you saw how you kind of go down and you hit that other pavement. The second turn is an 80-degree sweeper. It's a little tighter than it originally looks. You need to clip that apex that you see I'm a couple feet off with. Then that's followed by a 1,300-foot straightaway, and this one is tight. Going into turn three, that's a 130-degree turn. You got to clip that inside angle. That requires really late braking and really going to the end of the rumble strip on that. Then you've got a 1,300-foot strip and turn in there, kind of a typical 100-degree turn. Then you've got a very short straight. You don't have to go all the way out when you exit that turn. 400 feet, and then you got a 90, typical inside out. I was always late on that turn because you just don't have much time to prepare. Going in now, you got another 90 degree, and then that's followed by a 950-foot straightaway with kind of a S turn here. We're going to be coming up on a 45 degree, and then at just a couple hundred feet, you never really even straighten up. Then you've got a 75 degree. Following that, you go into a 60 degree, and this one's a little risky because, as you'll see as you're coming around, look what's in front of you. So make sure you keep your eyes on down the track and you don't get too intimidated by the concrete wall that you're running a couple feet from. Anyway, intimidating. I took it way too slow. And then this turn 10 is 120 degree. It's a bit rough, and look what you have to hit there. You've got another 3-story concrete structure this time. So I took both of those a little less than what I should have. And you know, that's just my comfort level, and obviously that greatly impacts your times. If you're not coming off of 10 at your max, you're just being impacted all the way through. So we'll stop it right there at the 2 minute 10-second mark or so, but you kind of see how fast that goes, and you also see where I lost a lot of time. Turn 10, turn 1, I could take a lot faster, and then I'm also going easy on turn 9. I want to compare that to my instructor driving, and I apologize, I cut it off like right before it would have been a full lap. So this one's going to kind of be at about a 2-minute mark, but you'll see that, let me pull that up. You'll see that I ran almost the same time as he did. I mean, he does have a car with about 20% less power, even though it's about 10% lighter. Oh, and he's got a manual transmission. Oh, and it was kind of his warm-up lap, and he was taking it easier because I was in the car. So I guess I got more time to make up than what it first appears in this video. But this one's about 1:58 long. Again, kind of coming off that front long straight and into that first high-speed bank turn. But you'll notice some differences not only with skill level, but I think a little bit just with the type of car and some of the advantages, not power obviously, but some of the braking advantages and the initial turn-in. So I won't talk and lay out every turn on this, but I'll kind of point out some things that he was doing that I wasn't, or some advantages of his car. So we'll pick this up coming down the straight and into turn 1. So you'll notice he's very good at using the entire track. He's way down low there, all the way to the outside. He maintains a lot more speed than I am. On this turn, where I'm always kind of coming out, he's on the strip, not a problem, turned in well. Now, one thing I noticed here on turn 3, again, look at how late he turns. Now he turns at the end of that strip. And then he's all the way, not just touching the rumble strip, he's all the way over, utilizing the entire track. One thing on the Boxster that I noticed, and I mean, I don't think all of this is just his driving skill compared to mine, but the Boxster seemed to have better brakes, so he could brake just a little bit later, and then it had less understeer than the 911. The 911 just kind of set up, you had to make sure you transferred a little bit of weight to the front, and you still got a little bit of understeer. The Boxster's just a lot more neutral handling, and he was able to get more bite when he first turns that wheel than I felt I was getting in the 911. Here you're going to see much more aggressiveness on turns 9 and 10. Again, that picture right there, make sure you keep your eyes kind of down the track so you're not focusing on the wall itself. That tends to just subconsciously gravitate you to drive where you're looking. Make sure you keep your eyes down the track, and the same thing with turn 10. You see how much lower down on the track that he is, and of course he's more comfortable coming out closer to that wall than I am. Anyway, and then of course he finishes the run right there. So I'm a little breathless going over this. You see how fast and trying to do that at speed, but I think you get a good idea of the kind of thought process of what you have to do and learn to do on the track to really be competitive. Always thinking ahead and how much information you're having to absorb. That's one of the things that I really struggled with until I can kind of picture the entire track in my head and be on one turn, get set where you're going to hit your apex, and already be looking out and thinking about where your car needs to be for the next turn. So with that being said, it was a wonderful experience. I'll say that the PCA members and the club and the volunteers that go out with these students who, I mean, I don't know if I would want to volunteer to be with a new driver on a track going around a turn at 150 miles an hour. But they make it. I did a Viper. When I bought a Viper, I did they offered a one-day school complimentary upon that purchase, and it was fun, but it was nothing like what the PCA club and the instructors here give you. That was just kind of going out. They'll give you as much information as you like. Everybody is extremely helpful, so I really enjoyed that and just couldn't recommend it more. There's other car clubs out there, and you hear different things, and I can't speak for every one of them, nor every chapter of the Porsche Club of America. But my experience thus far is is it really made me, I guess, more pro Porsche to have that kind of network to really teach you how to utilize the car on the track. So I'm looking forward to it again. I did get a couple little dings, and there was a lot of cleanup on the car to do, and I mean dings, just some little chips in the paint that I noticed that as I got all the tar and the black off of the car that I saw was there. So but anyway, it was a great experience, and so I couldn't recommend it to more to you if that was something that you were interested in. So I hope this video was helpful to you all, kind of wanting to know a little bit about BIR and its layout and how it looks to an amateur, to the PCA experience and the driver training that was involved, as well as a little bit of the differences on the 911 and Boxster S. So hope this video was helpful. If you did like the video, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of my infrequent updates, and we'll see you next time.